Okay, hello and welcome to the Joy of Painting with Bob Ross with Andy Field. As always, I'm Andy Field. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm not a gifted painter. Today I'm going to be following Bob Ross as he paints a babbling mountain brook, apparently. And in order to do that, I've got a little earbud in here so I can hear him and you can't, so legally I think we're okay. I'm pressing play on a screen down there, so he's on, and I'm looking forward to it. I have a palette here with paints on that I prepared earlier. Look at, it's a bit of fun. I couldn't clean it after the first episode, so I've just flipped it over. I think that's how these work. It's just the opening sort of dingling, ding. Yeah, it's just a nice intro. I have some brushes. They're all kind of quite dirty from from the first episode, so I think that's going to be an issue. And, we'll just see in which ways that manifests. But right, I need Bob Ross to be louder. That's a lesson I've just learned in this moment. But he's here, he's talking, seems to be suggesting we're about to do some painting, which I'm very excited about. Let's do it, Bob. Right. Okay, so he wants yellow and red. And that's good because I prepared both of those colours earlier. So some yellow and some red. And then kind of like this. Doesn't feel right. But hey, you know what? In the last episode I was quite negative and I was, kind of clearly having a breakdown. But I think, this is a fun thing. We should be more, I'm going to try and be more fun with it. So I should be aware my easel's going to move around a lot because it's just terrible, just really bad. I'm just washing my brush now. I bought a bucket to hit it around in, and that is fun. I've completely missed what colours he's now using though, so I'm absolutely out of my depth moving forwards. But it looks kind of like blue and black, so I've got a bit of that going on. And I'm just going to fill it up in general. I could do with a bigger brush for this, but I did not predict what we'd be doing. So it's taking me a while. Oh, the easel's falling over. I need to put this down, which doesn't seem to be something Bob suggests, but my easel's too bad for this to work. So here we go. Hey. This isn't looking as terrible as it looked immediately to me last time, so maybe I'm becoming a competent painter. That'd be exciting. And he's doing it again, but sort of like this. Okay. There we go. See? Easy for you. He's moved on to a different brush. And now he's just kind of using it dry and moving stuff around. And that sounds like something I can do. Just a little, apparently. Oh, we want a bit more red. I think I've got more red than him anyway, so maybe he's just catching up with where I am, because I smashed it on the red front. Oh no, we do want some more of that, apparently. Okay, get some of that. And just kind of... Oh god, that's bad. Oh no. Thrown it away. Absolutely thrown it away. It was on such a good track. And I feel like that's... You know what? This is a painting. He's doing something, I've missed it again. It's to do with white. So he's got some white. Oh, he's making clouds. Happy little clouds, as he calls them. What a treat. Alright, well I've accidentally mixed the white with the red, which I put next to it, perhaps too close. So let's just see if that manifests as an issue. Yeah, immediately. Alright, kind of like this. Mine's not quite as successful as his, but hey, no, that's a bit more like it, yeah. Maybe I just need to not have paint solely on the corner of the brush. That's a lesson. Should be on the whole brush. We're learning. And we're painting. What a wonderful thing. Oh, you're doing it a bit more. Alright. Sure. Why not? Alright. That's not very far away from what he's done, so I'm delighted so far. What's he doing? The issue is that I feel I need to host this programme and make it my own, but it does mean that I miss quite a lot of the, intricate instruction on how this should be done. But I imagine if I just keep ploughing through regardless and eventually work my way through his whole back catalogue, I'll just work it out. Just work it out. What a treat. Isn't this nice? The issue is, I feel like I'm very negative about what I'm achieving, and it might look okay, but I'm comparing it myself constantly with what he's doing, and it's just on another league to this absolute nonsense. Right, he wants to he says you want to tease it like a woman teases her hair, and obviously I don't know the fuck he's talking about. Ooh, satisfying, doing the whole length of it. Oh, he's doing mountains, that's exciting. Right, I bought one of these. I had like a metal, plastic one that I bought cheap, and it was just horrendous, it didn't work at all. So now I have one of these, and this might make a real difference. Oh, yeah, do you see that? I'm mixing her up like a... This is not how it worked with the other plastic one. This is great. Right. So you've got a bit of... I've just picked a bit of dark red and some black, because that seems roughly what he's done. And now I'm going to try and make like the shape of a mountain. Kind of like that. I need a bit more of it, really. That's a lesson learned. Another one. What a treat. We're learning all the lessons. So a bit like that. Yeah. And then it kind of goes... Yeah, it goes a bit like that. You get a bit more, and maybe it kind of goes like that a bit. That's a mount. It's mountain-esque, certainly. Okay, that's a ridge of mountains. He seems to have actually rushed ahead of me though and kind of filled in this whole area as well, so I feel I need to also do that. My mountains, I mean, almost certainly are more purple than his, and more purple than intended. But hey, if you can't bash out a purple mountain in your own home, where can you do it? Do you know what I mean? I feel liberated by my throwing off of the shackles of what things are supposed to look like. Oh, he's just kind of dragging it down to make it look smooth. That does sound like a good idea. And here we go. See? Hey, not being negative about it. Might actually be achieving a painting here. I feel magic happening in the room. There's a good energy in the gym. He says, if you don't think every day's a good day, try missing a few. Which seems threatening. Does he mean be in a coma? I've always sort of wanted to be in a coma, to be honest, because I just feel like you can skip forward a bit, you know? Like when you're a kid and they're like, oh, we're going on holiday in a week, or like this is the last week of school. It's like, can we just fucking fast forward and just wake up in a week? That sounds better. Okay, he's really not... I'm just trying to listen to what colour he's just used for that, because I've missed it completely. Alright. I think it's just like white, basically. So I've got some white on my spatula thing, and I just want to like drag it down to make it look like snow. Oh, I can't tell you how much more effective that is than the other little plastic one I got from Hobbycraft for £2. It's almost as if some of these things cost money for a reason. Mad. Oh, ho ho ho. Hey, you know, they say poor workman blames his tools, but I could probably have blamed my tools last time, because it was just impossible. This was £4, this thing. What am I spending my money on these days? It's a fucking pandemic, mate. Hey. Can't leave the house? Make something in the house. What's he doing now? Oh, he's sort of brushing it down like he did with the other stuff, so I'll just crack on with trying to do that a bit. Yeah, there you go, just smoothing it out. Okay. Try not to take that white off because it looks precious. I've taken that bit of white off, but hey, you know, pretty much successful. What's he doing? Oh, he's making like shadows with it, with dark paint and stuff. Hang on. All right, so if I get some black, I might be able to catch up with him. Yeah, and then, so I guess it would go like here. Oh, fuck, that looks bad. That doesn't seem right. I guess it would be here. No, that's the same side as this. It would be like here. Alright, well, I feel like this has been a misstep. But, hey, you know, the mountains are purple to begin with, so how pure are we being with this? Alright, well, I regret taking that bit of advice from Bob, but on the whole, he's been pretty useful so far. So he's just smoothing things out, really. He seems to just put things on the canvas and then just smooth them out. I painted the canvas white before I started as well, because that's what you're supposed to do. It's like a wet on wet technique, apparently. First episode, I totally forgot to turn the white off, so that was I totally forgot to paint the canvas white, so that was made the whole thing much longer, and meant we started with me just for about 8 minutes painting a canvas white. So if you're thinking this is slow, got no idea. Should have been here last week. A little bit of white and blue, he's saying. A little bit of white and a little bit of blue. And I wish I could tell you why I'm doing this, but I think it will become clear, hopefully, just as we progress. What's he doing? Oh, it's more just stuff on the mountainside. I mean, I'm really not sure about adding more colours to this, because I mean, his might add some detail to his, but for mine, it's just like, you know, making it terrible. Great, I've done some more. Are you happy, Bob? Alright, he's brushing it again. I feel like I've just been doing the same actions over and over for like the entire time, but alright. Yeah, I got you, mate. There's another mountain now. There's a new mountain. Brilliant. I'm going to start picking episodes without mountains. Actually, no, what am I saying? I've been trying to not be negative, and now I'm getting pissy that he's doing another mountain. The mountains are fun, mate. The mountains are fun. Last time I had to do a tree, I nearly cried. There's another mountain. Oh, well, mine doesn't look quite like his does. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, okay, I think we're on a run of actions which I regret. But hey, I might make it all look great in a minute. Who knows? Who knows? No, wait. Oh, come on. Be positive. We're having a lovely time doing a lovely painting. What a treat. What a great time we're all having. Not having a breakdown at all. This is fun. Brushing it some more. I mean, I'm complaining about him doing, you know, just sort of brushing things, but it does seem to be something I'm capable of, so, you know, could always be worse. I'm also conscious that I'm wearing the same shirt as I was for the first episode, and that might, like, you know, might just look weirdly continuous, but I just don't have that many clothes, and this gets paint all over you, and I can't be just, you know, getting a new shirt every time I make one of these, because it's horrendous. I've got paint on everything. There's paint in my sink. I've got paint on the dog. So, you know, you get what you're given, and that's probably going to be the same shirt every time. Because I've already ruined this one, so that ship sailed. I'm just sort of getting assorted colours and hoping that applying them to this might achieve the same effect that Bob is achieving. But is that naive? 100%. 100%, yeah, because he's doing it with kind of like a degree of understanding of like the whole picture. But I've not watched this episode. I've not skipped ahead. I'm seeing it for the first time. Although, hey, you know what? I'm stood up really close to it thinking this is terrible, but stood further away, it's not. It's pretty good. I think if we're going to get a Bubbling Brook in here at some point, then it might all come together. Oh, he's just sort of brushing it up. I don't know why I've sort of been missing the whole point of the brushing it up, but I'm brushing it up. Oh, it would be better if I didn't have paint already on the brush. Okay, well, I think he's brushing it up with a dry brush, which I would also recommend, as someone currently brushing it with a wet brush. It's worse, definitely worse, not as effective at all, because it just paints on the top of it. Oh, okay. Turned a corner now. Oh, he's kind of filling in the bottom of it. Alright, defining like a... I guess we're coming to the foreground at this point. Oh, he's got a fan brush. See, I didn't have a fan brush last time, and I bought a fan brush specifically because I was like, fucking fan brushes, that seems to be where it's at. And now he's just started doing stuff with it, and I don't really know what. So, bit of a wet... Oh, this needs to be like browner to match what he's doing. At the moment, it's just the same colour as the fucking mountain. Alright, so this is kind of brown. That's not very brown. Oh, there's some more brown. Okay, this is brown. This should be brown now. Oh, I feel like a toxicologist. No, what's the... Like making drinks. What's like a bartender, but like someone who knows what all of the ingredients... Fucking hell. You know, there's a reason I don't do online gigs, because I think when alone in a room, I just don't feel enough pressure to perform or say anything interesting. So, you know, it's a bit of an issue. But I thought, hey, you can always just say uninteresting things to yourself while doing a painting, and then it just kind of feels a bit more like something's happening, you know? So I've not got a podcast either. What do I want to talk? Nothing, really. Don't really like sharing anything with people. I want to be an enigma who lives alone in caves and goes on tour around the UK doing little theatres just once a year, and otherwise I subsist entirely on things I steal from camping lodges. That sounds like my kind of life. But then again, you know, I wouldn't have a studio in order to... I say studio, it's just a room in my house. He's kind of doing this now. Right. Yeah, that's not... I'm not livid about it. Don't feel like it's gone well, but I'm not upset about it. Oh, he's getting some white involved. I'm running out of clean brushes now, so we're reaching an issue. I'm going to try and clean this one, because I've sort of given up on cleaning them, but I just swear it's a difficult thing to do. And then look, it's just blue. It's just, how does that look clean? I've just beat the shit out of it. What's he doing? Right. Sienna and white. I don't know what the names of them are. Sienna sounds like it might be a red thing. And then some white. I've run out of white. This never happens on the show, does it? I ran out of white last time as well. Maybe I should learn to have enough white. Hey, you know what? We're learning things every time we do one of these. I imagine within kind of 100 and 120 episodes I might become half capable of doing a painting. There we go, got some more white. Just switching this up. I'm not touching my dick. I made this joke last time, but it does look like I'm touching my dick. There's the paint. Right, and while I've been doing that, he's moved on leaps and bounds. He's in a different realm. Right, I've got to try and clean the fan brush because he wants me to use something white with it, and I just used it for something black. And it's gone completely black, so I have no hope for this whatsoever. So let's get some white paint. I've gotten black all over the white paint immediately by touching it. And it's kind of like he's doing like a... Oh God, I'm really not sure about this, but it's kind of like a white... This is supposed to communicate like flowing water. Like this is a little... supposed to be like a little waterfall maybe. You getting that? You getting that vibe? I don't know. I'm too close to it. Emotionally, physically, just in every sense. I'm far too close. A little bit of black, and I missed the first colour. That is classic me. Let's get some of that in there. Let's mix it with some blue. He might have said blue. And there's still white on the brush. So that's made it a bit lighter, which is a bit of fun. Oh no, he's switched to a different brush though. He's got like a big one. And he's doing trees. So I don't want to have the wrong brush for trees, because trees are massive, so you want to have a massive brush. I've got a massive brush. I'm going to have to put this down because my easel, I just know already that it's not going to hold up to this. But then we're going to so this is the tree. I bought these brushes in I think they might be for like paint or decorating because they're not really soft enough. But hey, I live with it. The bristles don't come off at least, and they're inexpensive. And yellow, bright yellow, so if I lose them in some sort of a storm or a road traffic accident, they are immediately discoverable once again. So there's advantages, certainly advantages. I don't regret getting trade brushes, but are they the right ones? Almost definitely not. Now you see, this tree is upsettingly a similar colour to that mountain, so I've just lobbed some green in there, and now I'm realising that this will make these bushes a different colour to the ones on the other side, so that's actually a shame. But at least it's not the same colour as that mountain, and I've painted over it a bit so it's less obviously there. Oh, okay, so now he's sort of saying that this should be kind of like the ground kind of meeting the watery bit. So that's something that we need to endeavour towards. I keep saying endeavour recently, I don't know why. I used to say things like shit and cock and balls, and now I'm just walking around being like, I'll endeavour to get it done. Little dickhead. Crimson and black, he's saying. I think I've got crimson and blue, but hey, that's not that far away. I've got too much of it on this, and I don't really know how to get it off again, but okay, here we are. Oh, he wants me to use a fan brush. Okay, so I don't want any of that on there. The fan brush, and I've got that. Okay, now we're trees. Now we're doing trees, apparently. So, where's this going? Kind of like this. Oh, here we go. That's tree-esque, isn't it? That reminds me of a tree, certainly. Not a specific tree, but you know, it's tree-ish. Certainly tree-ish. I might do another little one next to it. Why not? Hey, you'd almost think I knew what I was doing if you sort of took away everything else about this entire show. Oh, there's another one over here. I love it when it starts tall, because you're like, it can't start up there, that's crazy. And then then it's perspective, and you're like, oh, maybe you can start up there. That is crazy. Right, so this tree's a bit shit, but hey, no, I'm being positive. It's not a bit good. There we go. No, it is a bit bad. Is that positive? I can't think of a positive way to say that I'm not happy with it. But I'm trying, and if anything, that is the theme of this. Trying. Oh, he's got some yellow and stuff involved. I was wondering when that would come into play. Alright, so some yellow and some kind of brown mixed with all the colours that I already had is an issue, actually. Need to get some more of it. Okay, so this is for like the blossoms and stuff on the tree, so I'm going to add some kind of leaves and stuff, make it look like there's, you know, a bit of vegetation involved. Oh, that's nice actually, isn't it? Oh, because I was thinking kind of like brown, that's not a great colour for vegetation, but of course it's about layers. It's about layering this up. You you paint something and you think that's not right, and then you put something else on it and you go, Bob Ross, you're a genius. That's what I do anyway. That's my method. You might have different ones. Never been to art school either. You wouldn't have guessed it. Well, no, yeah, you wouldn't have guessed it. Just never enjoyed painting. Never really tried it because it's just like. Just seems like it's not going to go well, does it? You know, you want to invest 45 minutes of your time in something, then step back and go, oh, I've achieved something. But with a painting, you step back and go, oh, God, I've just absolutely chucked about 20 quid down the drain when you take into account how much canvas costs and that sort of thing. But you know, I just sort of natter throughout this entire thing and occasionally forget to consider whether any of this is sort of listenable or watchable. I mean, I suppose the good thing is that no one actually necessarily needs to watch this live on Twitch. I hate to break the hearts of three of you, but it's just one of those things. If it's one camera, isn't it? So you may as well just film it live. May as well. And then that small bit of fear associated with people watching me does at least keep me from just packing it in and getting bored or going for a cigarette halfway through. Okay, he's doing a bit more of this kind of... Oh, that's too thick. That's too thick. I took all the yellow and I've made it a bit thick. But he's just kind of vegging up this bit a bit more. So, alright. And now he's kind of like outlining stones and stuff in the water, which sounds just absolutely bananas, but I can give it a go, I think. Maybe there's kind of a stone here. I guess there would be a stone where the water's bubbling over, wouldn't there? I think, where's the edge of this? I guess it's there. What is that mountain? I don't know. Alright, well that's kind of yeah. And then we put some white around this, because then we get the bubbling water over it. So there's water bubbling over it there. So it's like, that's the babbling part of the brook. So we've achieved that pretty spectacularly. And then just kind of vibing, just getting some white into the water, making it look choppy, adding a bit of spice. Why not? I mean, of course, he has quite a clearly defined line between where the river is and where the ground is, what's a tree, what isn't a tree. But I think for someone with not particularly good eyesight, if I ran past that very quickly, I might think, is that Bob Ross? And then I would look at it closer and I'd be like, oh my goodness, I hope whoever painted that's getting the help they need. And if you're wondering, I am. Thank you for your concern. He's just kind of scraping it with a knife now to add texture to like the bushes. So I guess I can get stuck into that. Why not? A bit of that. Should have probably gotten the paint off of the scraper before I started scraping the bushes, because that naturally gets more paint on it than you want. Oh, and oh shit, Bob. He's gone for a big tree. He's gone for, I was talking about I love a big tree. I did not expect this tree. He's done a tree here, and I'm following it. He's saying he likes big old trees, and I feel that, Bob. And then we kind of cross over it a bit to make it like a tree. Maybe stop for a bit. Does look a bit like one of those fairground rides, but I'm not against it. There we go. Oh, and we're finished. All right. Well, guys, this has been the joy of painting with Bob Ross with Andy Field. I've been Andy Field. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm going to do this every week, regardless of whether anyone ever watches, because it's just important to have content. It's just important to keep trucking stuff over so no one thinks you've died. So yeah, look forward to seeing you next week when I'll still very much be alive and tackling a whole new painting and making all new wonderful memories. Thank you.